Doubt is a mental state that is triggered by fear and then can lead to anxiety. As an introverted child, I was doubting myself all the time. Speaking to girls, doing anything in a group, I was really anxious about it, and I would doubt myself every time I was doing something in front of someone. Anything. I was blushing, I was feeling real bad inside. It was a physical pain. So I grew up thinking that adulthood would be this kind of foreign country for me, this destination where everything would be perfect. I would be like these adults. I could do anything. I wouldn't doubt myself speaking in front of a group. I would go to girls. It would solve all my problems. So I came up with this system that will explain to you to assess your doubts and to take a better decision when you're doubting yourself and when you are in a mental fog. So doubt is a common feeling. If you take a street that you know and you walk for 100 meters and you're looking for this cafe, for example, and suddenly it's not there. I mean, you thought it would be there and it's not there. Suddenly you're doubting yourself. Yeah, wait a minute, is it the right street? Is it the right place? You can't find it, and at some point it's the end of the street and you are in this state of mind, completely lost, doubting yourself, and your mind is spinning and you don't know what to think. That is doubt. That is doubt. And you can feel it also when you passed an exam and you have no idea if you succeeded. Sometimes you will say, I failed, and your grade is better or is worse, but it's always really hard for human to assess doubts and really be sure of themselves. And scientists, they can't really know why we are so bad at predicting things. I mean, when we are doubting ourselves during an exam, it should be easy. You have questions, you have answers, and you should be able to say if you failed or not. And sometimes you just can't. It's really hard for you to have a definitive answer. Flaubert said that doubt is an illness that comes from knowledge and that leads to madness. And I think that's a very good quote that explains a lot about doubt. Today I'm an adult and I'm always doubting myself in life. I don't know if I'm living the right life. We say that your future is today. Everything you are doing right now shapes your future. Your future is your present. So when you're aware of that, you start questioning everything you do. Am I living right? Am I doing it right? Am I living the life I want to live? What are you doing right now about your dreams? You won't do it tomorrow. You need to start right now. I mean, I'm gonna die one day. I don't even know when. So what am I doing right now? And this fear of dying just fuel a very deep doubt about everything I do. And also why I'm starting this YouTube channel, because I always dreamed of doing it. And I think I've been thinking about doing videos on YouTube for the past 5 or 6 years at least. And I wasted so much time. So I came up with a system to assess when you're doubting yourself in a project, if you need to do it or not. No system is perfect, of course, but mine has in mind that you need to assess if your project is right for you, so you need to assess if you fear something about it, if it's good for yourself. So first you need to understand your fear. What do you fear? Why do you fear it? Why is it so important for you? Why do you care? If you go to someone and explain your fear while you're doubting yourself, chances are they won't have the same fear and they will not understand, or they will not share this. And they will tell you something like, why don't you do it? Just go for it. You should do it, definitely. And even if everyone tells you to do it, you will still have this fear, this doubt in your own mind, and you won't be sure. So you need to understand why you have this fear, why it matters for you, why do you care? I mean, someone else will say anything, but it won't affect you you won't be convinced. You need to convince yourself. And I think the only way to do it is just to understand yourself. So that's the first step. The second step is assessing the risks. So you need to assess the risk if you do it, but you also need to assess the risk if you don't do it. So you need to do like tables. The first one, if you do it, you need to write down the worst case scenario if you do it, on the short term and on the long term. And then you need to write the best case scenario. Same thing, short term, long term. Then you take another piece of paper and you do exactly the same if you don't do it. Because it's not a one-way street. Either you do it or you don't. But there will be consequences. If it's a life-changing matter, there will be consequences. For example, do I quit my job? Do I apply to this company? Do I take this job? There will be consequences if you do it or if you don't. So you need to assess both. So every time, worst and best case scenario, and every time on the short term and on the long term. This way you will go deeper into analyzing if you have to do it or if you can do it or not and why. And on the second point, you will assess the risk and you can prepare to find a solution maybe. And the third step is addressing your fear by taking immediate action. If you choose to do it, ask yourself, what can I do today to start my project? Anything you can do today. If it's too long, if it's too complicated, break it down in small pieces, in small steps, and do one thing today, just one. If you want to apply for a job, start doing your resume if you didn't do it. Even if you don't apply today, just start it. Start doing your resume right now. If it's already done, maybe you need to update it. Even if it's like 5 or 10 minutes, update it, review it, read it, see if it fits really this job opportunity or not. But do something today, no excuses. Even if it's 5 or 10 minutes, just do it. Because it will address your fear and your mind will have a first win, a small win. And this small win will create like a ripple effect and will help you go forward. If you need some more information, find a mentor. A mentor is just a person who've done the same thing as you want to do. That's it, nothing else. Just someone who is a step closer to your dream, a step ahead of you. So go to this person and ask for advice. Shakespeare said that doubts are like traitors. They make us lose what we might win because we are not even attempting to do it. And I think that's a good way to see things. Don't let your doubts keeping you from doing what you need to do. And if you have fears, identify them, assess the risks, address your fear, take immediate action, just analyze every possible scenario. And when you've done all of this, you should have a clear view of if you have to do it, if you can do it or not. I hope this video was helpful. If so, don't hesitate to leave a comment or like. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to. Thank you.